I've been living in Thailand now for 7 years, and in that time I've seen waves of people come and go. But lately, something feels different. So, just last week, a long-term subscriber messaged me. He said he's packing up, he's leaving Chiang Mai after 10 years, and he's going all the way to the Philippines. He's not angry, he's not bitter, he still loves Thailand, but he just told me it's not working anymore. And I've heard this more from viewers, from friends, from fellow content creators more and more. People are rethinking their plans, not because Thailand is a bad place and it's far from that, but because of certain challenges that are hard to ignore. But I also do think it's really important to have a real balanced conversation about why people are leaving Thailand. Number 1, visa fatigue and expats who have to leave. One of the biggest challenges about living in Thailand is the visa situation, unless you're on a marriage visa, retirement visa, Thai elite visa, or one of the new visas like the DTV visa, which is for 5 years. But in general, for a lot of people coming here, staying here long term can be an exhausting process. For a lot of people, it can mean jumping through hoops, lots of paperwork, visa runs, 90-day check-ins, and many visits to immigration. You can hire an agent or a lawyer to make things more smoother, but that comes at a cost and it's not foolproof. For some expats, especially digital workers, early retirees or long-term travelers who don't qualify for one of the premium or long-stay visas, this ongoing certainty becomes too much. They're not leaving because they want to, they're leaving because the system wears them down. Number 2, overtourism and a lifestyle shift. In some parts of Thailand, tourism has grown rapidly and even reshaped some communities. Neighborhoods and cities began catering to short-term visitors as opposed to long-term residents. Prices rise, businesses shift their focus, and daily life can feel less stable for people that actually live there. So a good example of this is Maya Bay, which is around Koh Phi Phi, which was made very famous by the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach. It became so overwhelmed with tourists, around 5,000 visitors per day, and as a result, the coral reefs there were destroyed, and that led to the beach being closed for 3 years. This was to allow the ecosystem to recover and inspect the impact of this overtourism. And for expats living in tourist-heavy areas, this can affect anything from housing availability to peace of mind. And in that case, it's easy to feel like the place that you moved to no longer feels like home. Alright, number 3, rise in a cost of living. There's a lingering myth that Thailand is dirt cheap, but that stereotype is quickly fading, especially in popular cities. In places like Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai, prices are on the rise. Rent is climbing fast, especially in expat-friendly neighborhoods. Food, utilities, transportation have all been creeping up over the past couple of years, driven by foreign investment and high tourist demand, and of course, an influx of digital nomads. When cafes and apartment buildings start pricing for tourists, it changes who can afford to live in these areas long term. So if you're arriving on a modest pension or a remote salary and you're expecting a complete luxury lifestyle, you might be surprised at how quickly your money can disappear. Alright, number 4, limited job opportunities for foreigners. I often get asked the question, can I work in Thailand? And it's a fair question. And the honest answer is yes, but only in specific cases. So the most accessible job here is teaching English, and even that requires a degree, along with a TEFL certification and somewhat experience. Well, that's if you want to get at one of the good schools. Beyond that, job options for foreigners can be limited and also regulated too. So sectors like media, retail, law, and construction are limited to Thai nationals only. Even when a company wants to hire a foreigner, they can face hurdles. They have to justify why they can't hire a Thai for the same role. They're responsible for legal fees and visa fees. There's also a strict quota for foreign employees and minimum salary thresholds that must be met. So in a lot of cases, unless you have a highly specialized skill or you're planning to start your own business, you'll need to think really carefully about your options. And don't get me wrong, it's completely possible to find work in Thailand, people do it, but even starting a business as a foreigner here in Thailand comes with its own maze of rules, legal fees. It's not impossible, but it's just more complex than what people anticipate from when they first arrive. Number 5, tax confusion and financial fears. So in 2024, new tax regulations created a lot of confusions for expats here in Thailand. The concern is that if you bring foreign earned income into Thailand, such as savings or pensions, you may get taxed on it even if you've been taxed in your own home country. The rules can be still slightly vague on this, and for expats who rely on stable, predictable finances such as retirees, this uncertainty alone is a deal breaker. Nobody wants to risk being hit with unexpected tax bills years down the line, especially in retirement. I don't know why I'm sat in a plant pot. Number 6, feeling like a permanent outsider. So one thing that's important to understand about Thailand, especially if you're coming from a Western country, is that Thai identity is strongly linked to ethnicity. This can mean that if you're not born Thai or you don't look Thai, you can often always be seen as an outsider. Even if you speak Thai, marry into a Thai family, or contribute to the local community, many people can still view you as a guest. So the term farang is widely used for foreigners, and while it's not negative, it reinforces that sense of being different. And it's not just a social label either. Small reminders show up in everyday life, whether it's being charged higher price at national attractions, getting asked how long you visited in Thailand, or simply not being assumed as part of the local fabric, even if you've been here for 10 or 20 years. And some people are totally fine with this, whereas others, this constant feeling can slowly wear them down. Number 7, property ownership challenges. So for many expats here, settling down means investing into property. But in Thailand, that dream can often run into a wall. Foreigners cannot own land directly, and even buying condos comes with its own limitations, such as building quotas and strict legal structures. Even if you navigate the bureaucracy and purchase a condo, you're still exposed to market risks. Thailand has an oversupply of condos, especially in Bangkok, and the population here is aging and declining. Demand in the long term is uncertain, and resale value might not be what you hope for. Plus, owning a condo here doesn't come with added immigration privileges. You don't get easy visas, permanent residences, or the right to own your land just because you bought that place. So when expats start thinking long term about retirement or starting a family, this lack of property rights can be a deal breaker, and some eventually decide that they'll invest in another country that offers them easier legal footing. Even with all these challenges, many people still move to Thailand, and with a good reason. Compared to these Western countries such as USA, UK, Canada, Thailand still offers a lower cost of living, warmer weather, less bureaucracy, lower crime rates, and in general, a more relaxed lifestyle. But Thailand isn't a blank slate. You have to take in the whole picture, the beauty and the bureaucracy, and then decide if it's right for you. So, will I be leaving Thailand anytime soon? No. I built a life here, I built a brand, I've got amazing friends and a beautiful girlfriend, and a community of you guys watching my videos right now that I deeply care about. Aww. Thailand isn't just where I live, it's my home. But I know that this lifestyle isn't for everyone, and I think it's healthy to talk openly about this. And I'd love to hear about your experiences, so let me know. Hit that notification bell if you haven't done already, and see you in the next one.